when I finally was diagnosed, and they started doing tests that showed the extent of what had taken place with me over the years, it was quite a while before I accepted any type of really pain management as far as narcotic. I've been watching the news, hearing all the reports of the addictions and the issues of how bad they were, and people hearing all about people overdosing, and it kind of concerned me. I didn't want to even take a chance of getting caught up in that mess. And I was believing a lot of what they were saying, and knowing that, yeah, there's things that happen. People get addicted to things, people overdose. But it dawned on me one day after speaking with a physician, it was really clear that when they said the people are self-medicating with opioids after prescriptions are canceled. They're self-medicating with alcohol. They're self-medicating with all these other drugs. Kind of a light went off. Said, why are people self-medicating if there's things available to be used? Why isn't the doctors? Why aren't the professionals doing that pain management? Why are people feeling that it's necessary for them to go out and find alternative products or drugs to self-medicate? So I started doing a little more research into it, just more as a passive interest, and after talking with a couple of people that have had the pain management programs, things like that, I finally agreed to try it, and I saw a huge difference overnight. Those pains are still there. It's still in the morning. Typically, pain management is run on an 8 to 10 hour day. My days go from 5 in the morning until 3 in the morning or 2 in the morning. That's how often I'm typically awake or up and down, either going to the bathroom or something that is not allowing me to sleep. So as the evening wears on, the pain medication I'm on, I take at 6, 11, 4, and between 8 and 9, and that leaves a whole night. So I get a daily reminder of what life was like without that, although not to the full extent of how bad it had gotten, but at least enough of a reminder when I do finally fall asleep and I wake up in the morning and I can't get up out of bed. I have to be helped out of bed. I have to be helped up in the early mornings so that I can just do a simple task such as go to the bathroom. I have to take diuretics, which make frequent trips. They also leave me dehydrated. So I drink water, and it's an endless back and forth of drinking water all night because I'm dehydrated and my tongue's sticking to the roof of my mouth, and then going back and having to visit the restroom because the medications are working. PT has become a big part of my weekly schedule. But I couldn't even make it to PT when I was in that much pain. I couldn't do the things they were asking or requiring to have a successful PT session, a physical therapy session, because just laying there on a hard bed or the beds they use, or sitting in the chair in the waiting room would cause the pain to get so bad that even the short time with an hour visit did not reverse that effect that damage, that pain would cause, and that what I would feel of that. So those opioids that I take are not being taken for fun. Those allow me to have some quality of life and are a major tool in allowing me to get the proper treatment I need so that I can be at what I call a baseline of pain, where at least I can get up and move with other people's help. I can get up and get to where I need to be, not have a situation where I go to an emergency room and they don't want to give pain medication, or the pain medication is worn off, and I get halfway home and have to get into an ambulance because I can't go any farther in that car because the potholes are making my ears ring and causing me to feel like I'm going to pass out. And until someone experiences that, the only thing I can give an example of is the pain that is felt without that medication is no different than having a impacted wisdom tooth or something like that. It would never cross a person's mind to not use the available resources to help eliminate that pain until whatever is done. Either that tooth's been extracted, or if you have to have a root canal or something like that, you're gonna take whatever is available to help manage that pain. And then last, on that specific issue of non-managed pain, there's a lot of confusion on seeing people that are in pain. By the time I make it outside, you're seeing what's taken a lot of preparation to get me there. It's talking about going through the painful experience of getting up out of bed, the painful experience of getting dressed, the car ride. So it could be a very tedious, mind-numbing experience that I may handle better than others, or others may handle better than I do. And if anybody ever questions, well, pain, you seem to be talking okay right now, therefore your pain must not be that bad. Everybody deals with pain differently. Everybody reacts to pain differently. Just ask any combat vet and they will tell you, after watching their buddies injured in the field, you never know how that pain's going to hit you, and something as simple as stubbing a toe may have, getting out of bed and running your little toe into something, going to have you hopping around a room, but then you turn around and break a bone and you don't realize you even broke it. So it's, to put a catch-all bill out there, put a House bill that's lumping all these people into one case study or one scenario is not a good idea, because until the doctors have a chance to actually do their job and find what's wrong with that person and know what their pain levels are or where they should be or how to best manage them, that is best left to the doctors and not to politicians or anybody else. I mean, it's too important, and it's going to affect everybody at some point or another. They're going to need that same treatment and help.
So if he doesn't take them and he's doing things around the house, because he can be super stubborn, he doesn't ask for help, so you don't know if he's going to get hurt or if he isn't. So he'll sit on the floor and he has to get stuff off the ground. He can't get back up, so you have to help him, and he can't untie his shoes, so I have to help him untie his shoes, take off his shoes. And he doesn't ask for help, you kind of just have to ask him. So his problems are basically what make things worse. Like when he doesn't take his pills, you can tell, because his attitude changes from like super happy to like kind of just super quiet, and he'll get mad at the smallest little things. And when he takes his pills on time, he is normal and there's no problems. So he has to have his pills always with him, and if we're at the store or if we're somewhere else and he doesn't have his pills with him, we have to go right away, or else it could cause a problem. He has to be watched by us, so we have to make sure that he's not doing all these things by himself. We have to make sure if he is doing them by himself that we watch to make sure he's not stuck and if he needs help. So when he goes outside and he comes back in and he gets something from underneath the cupboard and he gets on his knees, he can't get back up, so you have to help him. I had to help him get up, and then he can't untie his shoes by himself sometimes because of his hand, so I have to help him untie his shoes and take off his shoes. I mean, you kind of have to ask him. He's really stubborn, so it doesn't matter if the pain is there, he's not gonna ask for help.